Yo. What's up? I think we're gonna leave the jams on today while we do this. What's up, Drops? Yeah, we're all good, dude. I was supposed to do the, I appreciate it, cat. This is loud, bro. Holy crap. Come on, skip past this. Alright, let me turn that off. Alright. Continue our career here. We have 2 more races left, and we are in 2nd place for the championship right now. So we'll see. It's by like 16 points.
Good morning from Matt Burt at the Algarve. We're moving to the live feed on the starting
We'll see
grid
how
where
this goes.
At the Portimao circuit.
Go. Yeah. I made it so that I can shift now. And I turned off the line, which may have been a bad idea. Whoops. Sorry, dude. This feels better, like being able to shift on my own. I say right as I go off the track like crazy. Yeah, we'll see what happens with it, Craig. Oh, by the way, it finally let me change my name and stuff. Keep thinking that it's that one, but it's actually this one. Tell me to brake so late here, dude. I'm gonna start braking earlier. And then here it tells me to brake too early. There's a lot of crashes happening back there, man. Yeah, I'll turn it up. I shouldn't be ahead by 20 something seconds. I'll definitely turn up the difficulty before the next race.
In a moment, we will move live to the park.
I turned off the, like, where they can catch up for no reason, and then it, like, lets you catch up for no reason, like the rubber banding effect, and I guess that made it a little too easy. Okay, let's... that. Got some debriefing. Developing the frame has been the way to go, dude. Changing direction is still slow. I mean, it's still changing direction, but let's try this and see what's happening. See if it changes anything. Okay, yes, and then settings. No, that's not it. Customization. Is it in here? Here we go. Let's see. Let's try, like, that was 25. Let's try, like, 40 and just see how big of a difference that makes. Okay, I don't need to do all of this. Maybe I qualify this time though. I don't know. I feel like it might be a bad idea because if I wind up in the middle of the pack, like, that could be dangerous in turn 1. So maybe we just stick with what we've been doing, starting last.
It's been a long weekend, but we finally reached the
Alright,
moment, everyone.
here we go, man. This is where we could potentially win the championship. Because we were down 16 going into the last race. I think we're up by 2 right now.
All the riders are on the grid. The green flag is waving at the back.
What's up, Redline?
Concentration, only a few seconds to go before...
Whoops. Curbs are slippery, man. Hopefully, when we go up to Moto2, which we should be doing, Jesus, after this race, the bike will be better. Might need to turn up the difficulty even more. For sure. Yeah, we're gonna have to turn the difficulty up again. That'd be crazy. alternative line. I don't know why they tell you to brake so early for that last corner, but then there's that other corner where it's like they tell you to brake really late. It finally let me change my name, Corey. What's up, dude? How you doing? I'm gonna have to turn the difficulty up. They had this like rubber banding mode on. So like if I got too far ahead, it would make all of the AI like way faster, and then like if I got too far behind, it would make me way faster. I turned that off, and the first race it was on like 25% and I won by a crap load, and now in this one I'm winning by almost 30 seconds. Even after turning it up from 25 to 40, so I think we're gonna go up to like 60 and see how that goes. Yeah, exactly, Drops. Yeah, we're on the same page. Well, we'll try 60 for one race, and if it's still just like completely, you know what I mean, ridiculous, then I'll...
Let's take a look at the final standings of this Moto3 race. The riders are returning to the...
By 7 points, we took the Riders' Championship. Let's go. And by 11 points, we took the Team Championship.
We're moving to Park Ferme with the...
Yeah, 420%. That sounds good. Which team I will race for? Moto2, I have a choice between these two. Corvette? What are you talking about, Waka Waka? handling, stability, and engine power. Handling, engine power, controlled fuel delivery, but it's not stable. I guess we'll go with the Yamaha. Because I'm ready to move up to Moto2. So... we'll do the short calendar again, I guess. We'll do the full calendar when we get all the way up. So after this season. Okay, now can I change the bike colors, please? I would like my own livery. Yes, we definitely want development. Okay. So... can I customize this? Or with the... Bro. Alrighty. That's, wasn't expecting that. You'd sell a kidney for a Ducati. You could do that. You could buy a Ducati for a kidney. Yeah, but now I want to change my gear. Looking forward to wearing. Oh, so how? Yeah, because it gave me a new suit, but it kept all my accents red. I don't know how I like the red and the purple. Can I custom? Oh wait, here we go. Here we go. Okay, rider gear. If we're gonna rock purple, then let's rock purple. What do we got? There you go. I like that one. Alright. Gloves. What do we got here? Alright. Let's do these and then we'll look for purple. At least make ourselves match, you know what I mean? Oops. Alright, cool. Time for our first Moto2 race.
Greetings from the Thai circuit of Chang. We're live for the second Moto2 practice session.
This is... oh no, I don't want to do that. Just want to go here.
The first practice session ends here as the last riders return. Good morning from Bury.
Go to track.
The mechanics take the bike out of...
Ooh, it sounds way better than the last bike. Dude, we're gonna be developing the frame again this whole season. This thing is so unstable under braking, in the corners. Like, it is not good. Let's skip. Yeah, restart flying lap. Let's try that. So I think I keep dirtying these. Although it does say I'm in first, which is weird. No, I forgot you. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, hang on. Do I have to go back to...
The first Moto2 class qualifier.
I have to go back to here? Like, be in the menu?
Good morning and welcome back to...
Okay. Cool. Cool. Wait, I can't do it here either? Hang on. Here we go. Alright. It says advanced? But I don't know about that. We'll try it. This could be bad.
We are back at the circuit.
Alright. Here we go. The qualifying that matters. Yeah, we'll do a flying start again. Oh yeah, it just sounds better, dude. Yep, I'm looking forward to it, sunshine.
the second Moto2 qualifying
Yeah,
session.
we're
Also,
still way up on the AI, but we'll just have to turn it up again after this race.
Circuit, where just a few miles from these shots are taking us to the starting grid, where everyone is ready for the start of the race. All the riders are lined up on the starting grid.
Yeah, we're gonna have to turn it up for the next race again. Because even though I'm driving like crap, I'm 6.5 seconds up already. Like, that's ridiculous. You think maybe 80 is what we should try next? Oops, I didn't want to rewind. Yeah, it looks pretty good actually. You can actually see too, you know, unlike some other games. Jesus, it's so wobbly, dude. I'm really gonna have to work on on stability throughout the season. Wow, they have that other view too, dude. It's like inside the helmet, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have to go up quite a bit on the difficulty slider again, dude. We went up 20%. Go up another 20%. Oops. What's up, Basil?
While we wait for the director to take us to the Parc Ferme to meet today's start.
Yeah, okay. So
The cameras are taking us in.
let's go back to the difficulty. Appreciate it, Damien. What's up, dude? And we'll bump it up even more. Okay. Hanging out. Development efficiency, that's terrible. Hopefully as we get better, or hopefully we can continue to stay like near the front, and that'll improve. Yeah, why not? We'll qualify again. See where our pace is compared to the AI now that we bumped it up to expert or hard or whatever it said.
The mechanics take the box.
This looks like an awkward corner, dude. Holy cow. Click on live chat instead of top chat and see if it shows up there. Whoops. Oops. I just killed a man. Sorry, bro. That's weird. Alright. I think we get into qualifying one. We're up again by 2 seconds.
Let's see the...
So we might have to increase the difficulty again.
We are back at the circuit for these. The rider makes his way.
I feel like our engine is strong, but the stability, particularly under braking, is just not good. I mean, it's better than last race, but... Oh, right at the end, bro. How much am I up by? That's the question. Am I up by enough to just end the session and stay on pole? I guess I have to actually do a lap without crashing. That would be a good start. Hey, enjoy the race, Yaki. I'm planning on watching it too here in a few minutes. What's up, Justin? I was waiting for you to get on PoE 2 last night, but after like an hour, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I don't think that he's getting on. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. Looks like he sniped Tony.
Let's take a look at the final round.
GG to Tony.
Welcome to Termas. These shots are taking us to the starting grid where everyone...
Okay. Let's check here. Nah, you're good, dude. Looks like the race will be starting very soon.
The riders have just completed their formation. Red flag is being waved after a serious crash on the track. The officials have no choice but to stop the race.
Alright.
Everything's ready to restart after the...
Shortcut. I hate how slow it is to look behind, bro. What's up, Xavier? That's grass. Looks like formation lap is happening. And it also looks like it's dry enough for slicks, which is good. I was worried it was going to be too wet after seeing how much rain there was earlier. What's up, Daggers? Bro, the track looks super wet. They've got to be on intermediates then, right? Why does it look like they got people on mediums? watch the start here. Wow. And Max just runs Lando right off the track in turn 2 or 3. Crazy, bro. He's fully alongside, and Max is just like, nah. I'll have to up the difficulty again.
Live to the Parc Ferme for interviews with the riders who made the podium.
Virtual safety car, what happened?
Look at the final standings of this Moto2 race.
Who is that? Jack Doohan crashed into the wall. Rip.
The cameras are taking a...
Okay, let's go up the difficulty again. Yes, we got Coda next. Wait, what was that? Did he collide with someone? Did Doohan take someone out? Was that Lawson or Hadjar? Because he just took someone out, bro. Holy crap. I think Lando's complaint about Max running him off is valid. Because he really was fully alongside. Alright, keep working on that. That was not cool. Alright. 90%, I guess. So, I mean, through 2 races, we're up by a lot. As is the team. What's up, Kevin? Kind of... Oh god, this is one of those mini games, isn't it? don't want to do a race off, dude. I just want to skip this. Skip session. Yes. Thank goodness. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kevin. He just straight up pushed Lando off track and carried on like nothing happened. I mean, Lando was like literally side by side with him. That's a crazy start to the race so far. Virtual safety car is ending. Green flag. Verstappen's off. Norris down in 6th, bro, after getting screwed over by Max. That sucks, dude. I thought Norris was really going to take it to him today, too. But hard to do if you just get run off the road. I guess we'll do quali again. I mean, it's a long race. 57 laps is a long race, so we'll see what Lando can do. I mean, he went 10th to 4th at Jeddah, so I'm sure he'll work his way back up.
The team has just been...
He's in 3rd. Piastri just passed him. Whoops. We have possible rain in 20 laps, apparently. And it'll be heavy if it hits, I guess, is what the dude just said. Oh. Oops, forgot to update this. No further investigation between Doohan and Lawson? What? Drops. There goes Norris on Russell. Now he can chase down Antonelli. What's up, Isaac? Isaac, did you beat the campaign yet in PoE? You missed today's race. You talking about the F1 race? They're only on lap 7 of 57. Was it? Yeah. Now Piastri's closing in on Max. Norris is closing in on Antonelli, and Antonelli has dropped way back from Piastri and Max. So when Norris gets by Antonelli, he's gonna have a lot of ground to try to make up, dude. A lot of ground. Norris gonna be able to get by Antonelli here at the end of the straight. Not quite. Looks like it's gonna become a wild race, dude. With rain in a few laps, it looks like. Alright, there goes Norris by Antonelli. Now he's got 4 seconds to try to make up on Piastri and Verstappen, which is gonna be tough. Sounds good, Isaac. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it on my phone right now. Bro, I am not good at this.
The first Moto2 class qualifying session comes to a close. Greetings to all our friends back home. We're moving to the live feed on the starting grid where everything is now ready for the start of the race.
Hey, that was the second qualifying. Oops. Norris with the fastest lap and has made up quite a bit of time, dude. It's actually impressive. It's made up already like a second and a half. Sounds good, drops. I'm in last. I may have turned the difficulty up a little bit too much. 2 seconds off the pace, bro. Let's go down just a little bit. I'd like to be able to compete. Hopefully they keep battling and he can keep getting he can keep catching up. Did anything happen as a result of that turn 1 incident with Max running Norris completely off the track? Did you get a penalty or anything, or is it no further investigation? So I think I missed it if they announced it already. They haven't announced it yet, or there's no further investigation? Oh, really? Oh, that's lame. Here goes Piastri. Oh. Then Max is trying to defend so hard, forcing everybody off the track. He just outbraked himself. Get wrecked, nerd. That's brought Norris up within DRS range now, too. Let's go! Now Max has got another McLaren to fight, and Norris is going to be irritated about whatever turn that was, 2 or 3. He just needs to not be reckless. He needs to just get it done and then pull away. He outbroke himself and then came on the radio and complained about his brakes. Of course he did. It's the brakes' fault, not his fault. That's what I'm saying, bro. If it's like if he makes a mistake, it's anything except his fault. There we go again, a repeat. Is he gonna outbrake himself again? Nope, but he sure will push Lando off the track again. This guy. He's annoying, bro. I mean, how much more alongside does he have to be to get some respect? Yeah, see, Max locked up and then blamed his brakes. Now Piastri's pulled a 3-second gap already. Good lord. Piastri's just being in the right place at the right time. Bro, holy crap. It's like literally Oscar and then everybody else right now. Wow.
Greetings to all our friends, but after a long weekend, the race
Come on,
is
Lando,
finally
get by
about to
him.
start. We're on the starting grid where the engineers are completing their checks before the start. The sky is clear, but the temperatures are low, so there's no need to worry.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm a McLaren fan, so I like seeing it. Pretty much. You're what? Bruh.
Let's move straight to the starting
Yeah.
grid.
Be
There's
quiet,
very
dude.
little-
I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm trying to keep an eye on this. Finally. Now can Norris stay in front? That's the question. Start to pull away, hopefully, bro. The rain is held off, so that's good. Nah, man, I'm chilling, cat. It's whatever, dude. I'm not worried about viewership and stuff right now. I'm just chilling. Ooh. The two Williams fighting there. Alright, so Norris is out of DRS range now, but freaking Oscar is 9 seconds in first. Dude, that's crazy. Oh, it's raining, according to George Russell. I feel like they're pretty even, to be honest, Kevin. I feel like Sainz and Albon are pretty even. And I feel like both of them kind of feel like they're teammates and not necessarily like one's the leader and one's whatever. Dude, a 2.2 second stop by Sauber? Who is this team? For sure, Kevin, for sure. It's so sad to see how Ferrari has fallen this year, dude. Another no further investigation thing with Max and Lando. Good lord, bro.
The race officials give the...
literally braking way too late for this corner, bro. Every time. Oops. Yeah. Bruh. What's up, Akash? I mean, this is the first one I've played since like 2006, so. But I mean, it's cool. Did the short Moto3 season, moved up to Moto2. I got an offer from 2 teams for Moto2. Yeah, Ocon and Hamilton are going at it, but that's what I mean, dude. It's so sad to see the fall of Ferrari. Like, why is a Ferrari competing with a Haas? You know what I mean? And struggling to get by at that. You know what I mean? I mean, once you get the difficulty right, Akash, it feels alright. You have to turn off the rubber banding thing, which is this adaptive difficulty. And then I'm playing on arcade because this is all too complicated for me. And then I think probably around here is best for me. I'm terrible, so but yeah. Norris has closed the gap a tiny bit on Piastri. Yeah. I think in order for Norris to make up any kind of significant ground on Piastri, there will have to be a safety car, or rain will have to hit at the perfect time for Norris to pit and Piastri to have to do a lap on slicks in the rain. I think that's the only chance that Norris has. Norris should be in first, bro. But Verstappen made sure that he wasn't, so. Yeah, but I don't think that I don't think you were gonna be able to do much in the update. Oh gosh. I mean, I guess we might be able to go into a private lobby and try out the track. I'll just set the car as Formula Drift cars and we can go. Go drift around the mountain. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be streaming Forza most of the day. My tattoo guy said like he's not gonna be available until like 5 o'clock in the evening, so I'll stream most of the day, and then around like 4 o'clock or something I'll hop off and get ready to go. Is it? Yeah, dude. Norris is slowly gaining on Piastri, but I just don't think there's enough time left in the race for him to catch up, to be honest. Like I said, outside of extenuating circumstances. Wait, they're throwing Verstappen on softs with 30 laps to go? Are they doing a two-stop? Oh, they switched to hards, okay. It looked like they had softs. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, I think you can just make whatever you want drops. I mean, we'll just tell everybody, like, yo, make a drift car, or we're gonna drift, you know? And then they can just pick whatever they want. You should be able to drops. Whoa. Ollie Behrman way off track. Almost a huge wreck and a safety car there. He blew the engine. Here goes Piastri and Norris for the... No? They're not pitting? Wait, is there a safety car or no safety car? I don't see anything about a safety. Yeah, and all the mechanics are going back. Oh, there's the virtual safety car. Isn't that as good as a safety car? Shouldn't they wind up pitting here? Now, who is that? Or is that Ollie Behrman just pulled over? Yeah, Hamilton has been underwhelming given all the hype. This has been an interesting race. Oh, green flag. Russell up in third now. Verstappen in fourth, but right behind him. Oop, and Verstappen out of DRS range already, bro. Bortoletto with the engine failure. Norris just over 7 seconds back from Piastri now. Instead of like 9 or whatever it was. Ugh. Ugh. For sure. Look at Albon, dude. Fighting for a 5th place against a Mercedes. Like, let's go, dude. I mean, I'm not like a Williams fan, but... Oh, and he got by him. I'm not like a Williams fan, but I do like to see underdogs, you know, taking it to the big teams. Hamilton with the new fastest lap. Look at that. Leclerc and Sainz fighting. Nah, McLaren's my team, dude. And I picked them back when they were like the third best team. Fourth best team, something like that. I basically caught like, I don't know, the last third of the 2022 season. That's kind of when I started watching F1 like every weekend. And I decided back then, I mean, McLaren F1's my favorite car of all time. I love Gordon Murray, who used to work for McLaren's F1 team. I love McLaren's street cars, you know, like I love McLaren, so it only made sense. For sure. Oop. Bortoletto's got a pit. Retire the car. Tsunoda got a penalty for speeding in the pits. Sainz and Leclerc have been battling so hard that Hamilton has caught up. Another virtual safety car, bro. But he couldn't make it back to the pits, or did he crash? I mean, he's behind the barrier. Why is there a safety car? What is going on here, bro? Safety car ending. Wow, there's some side-by-side action there with Albon and Leclerc. Oh, Hamilton with the cutback. What's up, ads? Bro, look at that Williams without DRS versus that Ferrari with DRS. Williams is fast, bro. I don't think so, drops. Oh, that was Sainz who was battling with him. I thought that was Albon. Albon's up in 5th. Alright. Looks like, for the most part, things are settling down.
Greetings to all our. These images are coming to us live from the start. The race officials give the okay. Riders have their eyes fixed.
Well, that's the thing, though. I think that's part of why he signed with Ferrari was because they were willing to give him a multi-year contract. And I think Mercedes only wanted to give him a 1-year contract. So weird, dude. Sometimes it'll like auto shift up, and then other times it'll only let me do it manually. We're teammates, bro. You need to chill. Yeah, those smiley faces are supposed to let me know how that particular rider feels about me.
while we wait for the director to take us to the Parc Fermé to meet today. We're back from Parc Fermé with the win.
Yeah, man, I feel for Norris because he had this race in the bag if he hadn't been forced off by Verstappen.
Greetings from the Spanish circuit of Jerez. The first qualifying session of the Moto2 class is about to begin, and riders will have to... The rider makes his way... Good morning from Spain. The rider makes his way confidently to the bike, about to take to the...
Good.
Let's take a look at the final ranking of the first
By
Moto2 class
4.5
qualifying session.
seconds, bro.
You can see the names of the four...
What?
We're back again from the...
What do we got here? Bro, Norris is catching up to Piastri, bro, and has been since he got by Max. Yeah, dude, I feel really bad for Norris because he 100% would have won this race if not for that first lap, like second or third turn. Yeah, that's what I mean, Kevin. It sucks though, dude. So, I mean, he definitely, given his pace and everything, he definitely deserved the win. I mean, you can prefer whoever you want, but Norris should have won this race based on pace. He just got screwed by Verstappen.
The team has just... The second Moto2 qualifying. Good morning and welcome to the Jerez. Cameras take us to the starting grid where riders and engineers are discussing the final details. The sky is clear but the temperatures are low, so there's no need to worry too much about consumption. Not surprisingly, most teams opted for a set of soft tyres.
Happy with the McLaren one too, but they should have been the other way around. I've been really pulling for Lando this season, but just I don't know, man. Seems like Piastri's just been in the right place at the right time.
Riders are lined up on the Jerez grid there.
Yeah, dude, the AI has got to suck at this track. They were so much closer on the last race. Like, they were right around a second, you know. behind, and now they're 5.5 seconds behind on one lap. It's crazy. Yeah, apparently drops. Whoops. There we go. That'll bring him a little closer. I mean, it might not be in the, like, hardcore mode or whatever, but in arcade mode, yeah. Oops. Never did rain. Wound up getting sunnier. So that storm missed the track, it looks like. Yeah, the AI definitely doesn't like this track, bro. They were so much faster on the at the last race. Yeah, that's really unfortunate, man. I was really, really hoping that Lando could take that one. He definitely deserved it, you know. Alright. True, Kevin. I don't even think Albon was in the vote. I think it was Antonelli, Norris, and Sonoda.
As the Moto2 riders perform their final lap.
Yeah, we were way too fast for that AI on that
The
track.
cameras are taking a...
Transfer rumors. I could go back to Honda. Why not? Let's transfer over. Contract opportunity. Alright. Wait, am I transferring or not transferring? Yeah. My choice was to transfer. So why am I still on the Yamaha? Huh? How weird, bro.
Good morning from Italy. We're reporting from the Mugello circuit. The first...
That's what I'm saying, Drops. I changed team, but it's not... It didn't put me on the new team. So I don't know... I don't know, bro. How weird. I don't know.
Good morning from... The rider makes...
It's a wet track. How fun. At Mugello, of all places. This is gonna be painful, dude.
The rider is returning to his pit.
Pretty sure
Let's take a
that'll
look
be
at the
fast
final
enough.
ranking of the first Moto.
3 seconds, dude. Holy crap.
Welcome back
So
to
need to
all
turn
Moto.
up the difficulty again, huh? the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Okay. Apparently this has stopped again.
Good morning and welcome back to the track for the second Moto2 class qualifier. The rider makes his way confidently.
controller is freaking out, bro. Yeah, it should have been the other way around, though, Isaac, to be honest, which I'm a little bit disappointed in.
Let's take a look at the final
What's
ranking
up,
of the
Tony?
second Moto2 class qualifying session. That's the end of our broadcast. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good morning from Matt Burt at the Mugello circuit, where cameras take us to the starting grid, where riders and engineers are discussing the final. The start of the Italian
He was
Grand Prix
blocking.
here at Mugello. Red flag is being waved. And now
Red
the track
flag?
has to be cleared after that crash.
Well,
Now that the track has been cleared.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna go get my tattoo today or tomorrow, or what time it was gonna be at Boost. Cause my dude was moving his shop, so I didn't know like what the deal is gonna be. But he said it'll be like, you know, if it is tonight, it would be later, and if it's tomorrow, it would be later, so I figure I'll just do my birthday stream actually on my birthday tomorrow until it's time for me to go. Yeah, you can do a wheelie, Ben's already. I'll show you down the start-finish straight. Well, I could in the Moto3 bikes. This one's not letting me though. Yep. First season in Moto3 we won the championship, and now in Moto2 we're really winning, even though I've increased the difficulty. Like a lot. M-Ram got a warning. That's funny. It does, but it just rubber bands. Which is why I keep upping the difficulty to try to get it to where, like, you know, it's not a ton of...
Let's take a look at the final standings of this Moto2.
You know, me winning by a ton of seconds in every single race, but so far it seems to be that way. So I will keep increasing it. I changed teams too during the summer break, but it hasn't actually switched to my team. I'm supposed to be on this team now. It says required status challenger, but like that's what I'm in. But yeah, I mean, we're dominating the championship right now.
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
Race day has arrived here in Aston. We're moving to the live feed on the starting grid where everything is now ready for the start of the race. The forecast for the race say to expect rain at any moment. There is something mad.
There you go. I did a wheelie. This is 20 minutes from where you live, Isaac? What's up, Justin? This is not going well. Ugh. I might go live again in a little bit with some Forza or something, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and go chill. I will be live tomorrow for quite a while. It is my birthday tomorrow. Isaac and Justin, would you guys be interested in playing PoE 2? Appreciate it, Justin. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. It's tomorrow, but yeah, I appreciate it. I will be live tomorrow to do a birthday stream with you guys. But yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah, sounds good. Take care, everybody who's leaving. And Isaac, I think I'll just set up a members only stream for here in just a little bit, and then you can just pop in there, and we can just work in there, and hopefully the delay will be better and stuff. It says I got 2 new members today, but the only one I remember getting is this one that Justin sent, so thank you, Justin, for that. And again, Tony, GG. But yeah, I'll do the members only stream. If you want to join, you can join. If you don't want to join, you don't gotta join. And I'll see y'all there in a little bit. Peace.